watching Look Up TV. My name is Louis, and that means it's time for the news. Tonight on Look Up News.
The petitioner's application and the petition, as well as other applications filed by the parties herein.
Meru Court declines conservatory orders to stop IEBC tribunal.
So NHIF is one of those very significant partners in our quest to deal with corruption from the ethical part.
EACC to investigate hospitals for defrauding NHIF. Ethiopians sue Facebook in a Kenyan High Court for 250 billion shillings, claiming hate speech.
I will direct, therefore, that the respondent be released from custody on cash bill of 100,000 shillings.
And lady rally driver is released on bail in assault case. Meru Low Court presiding judge Edward Mureithi has declined to give conservatory orders to stop activities of the tribunal investigating sections of the IEBC. The court allowed the tribunal to continue with its mandate, and if anyone will be aggrieved by the process, they can very well move to court too to seek justice.
The petitioner's application and the petition, as well as other applications filed by the parties herein, shall be held in abeyance to await the determination of the inquiry process before the Constitutional Tribunal. 21. The matter shall be mentioned for directions as necessary on the 16th of January 2023, or such earlier date as any party may move the court upon conclusion and decision of the inquiry by the Constitutional Tribunal. And costs will be in the course. The short of it is that we allow the tribunal to proceed with its matter, make a determination. Once that determination is made, if any party is still aggrieved, we come back for mention for directions on the 16th of January or earlier, depending on where the decision is made. And the idea would be that the tribunal does its work, the High Court does its work of constitutional interpretation and enforcement of rights as necessary.
The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, and the National Health Insurance Fund have launched investigations into tens of hospitals involved in fictitious medical claims to defraud the scheme of billions of shillings. The two boards insisted once the investigations are concluded, all those hospitals found culpable will be heavily punished, including being expunged from NHIF-listed hospitals for 3 months.
EACC looks at NHIF as our very important partner, and we have promised to continue working with them, helping them see how to inculcate this culture of ethics, of honesty, of trust, among the top leadership, and so that we can help their services get down to every Kenyan. The fraud is happening between a hospital and a citizen, who are private citizens. And therefore, our public education awareness is geared towards making the Kenyan know that participating in that is just making health very expensive.
We concluded 100% the biometric registration. So nowadays you don't need to even have an NHIF card. When you go to a facility, the first thing they do if you haven't registered as a member of NHIF, yet you contribute as a member of NHIF, is to take your biometrics. And it is taken in all our branches, but it is also taken in the hospital the first time you visit if you've never utilized our service. That has in essence curbed that issue of impersonation or bringing somebody who's not a member to get the services of NHIF claims. The laws have been enhanced. The board has the powers to shut down those facilities. The management is the ones that you do a lot of enforcement initially because they go and then they bring the report to the board. And in many cases we suspend those facilities. And in the act is very clear, it is 3 years suspension. One form of corruption in NHIF is fraud. And we can be able to manage that fraud through improving our IT system.
In a story that just refuses to go away, Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza today declined to honor the summons to attend the proceedings at the Meru County Assembly to defend her impeachment. The governor, through her lawyer Elias Mutuma, claimed that reintroducing the impeachment motion is in violation of court orders. A total of 67 MCAs have voted to impeach the governor.
The one, Kawira Mwangaza.
After Meru Law Court quashed the process to impeach Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza, Meru Ward representative seems to have not yet done with the embattled governor. Appearing in white suits and red ties at Meru County Assembly, with dances and celebrations, the MCAs initiated a fresh process to impeach the governor, where all the 67 MCAs voted to impeach Kawira Mwangaza.
Members, we give Madam Kawira a taste of our own arrogance medicine, and we serve with what?
Mwangaza failed to appear before the MCAs to defend herself against impeachment. Instead, a lawyer wrote to the speaker, asking him to stop the motion, alleging that the court had ordered so. In an impeachment motion tabled by the majority leader DMK Kiogora, the MCAs accused the governor of misuse of power by appointing his family members to various positions in the county.
Kawira must go. To stop the verification of leaders in Meru County, Mr. Speaker, Kawira must go. To bring unity that the governor is talking about, Mr. Speaker, there cannot be unity with Kawira, Mr. Speaker. To bring unity, Kawira must go first.
In her response, the governor took to her Facebook account, terming MCA's move as sponsored attack. The MCAs also accused the governor of tarnishing their names and holding back the development of Meru County.
To redress the honorable members of this House, Mr. Speaker, who have been abused, Mr. Speaker, who have been called cartels, Mr. Speaker, who have been called thieves, Mr. Speaker, who have been told that they are looking for something to eat, Mr. Speaker, when they call for accountability, Mr. Speaker, who have been called foxes, Mr. Speaker, by our able governor, Mr. Speaker, to redress them, Mr. Speaker, and to heal their pain, Mr. Speaker, Kawira must go. They will have now 10 days to hear the governor, to hear the move of the motion, so I will personally be there. Then the governor or our representatives will be at the Senate during either the committee or the plenary hearings.
Shadrach Kareria, Look Up TV.
Having proposed the question then.
The MCAs are very determined in Meru. And on that determined note, a short break. We'll be back with more news shortly.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
With 5.95 million, you can get a 3-bedroom flat roof bungalow at Golden Park, Juja.
It is another day that God has given unto us. We want to talk about how to win spiritual battle.
Though spiritually you don't go physically, but you have to engage the devil.
God is on your side. You have been given victory and you are more than a conqueror in Christ Jesus.
Wow.
With 5.95 million, you can get a 3-bedroom flat roof bungalow at Golden Park, Juja.
So mimi nilikuwa mmoja wa timu kubwa ya Hasla na ngojea mazao yake.
Na bila shaka mpenzi mtazamaji, ni awamu nyingine tena ya bunge la mwenyeji ambapo tunasikia tu maoni ya wenyeji hasa wananchi wa kawaida. Je, maoni ni yapi?
Anakwambia wananchi ndio kila kitu. Unaona deep state na system ni wananchi. Unaona vile wamenyorosha watu bwana.
Tumeng'oa nanga kwenye bunge la mwenyeji.
So ile kitu tunamuomba asituachilie.
In our country, and not even their own country, 2 Ethiopians have filed a suit against Facebook parent company Meta, seeking more than 250 billion shillings in compensation for what they call victims of hate and violence allegedly fueled by the social media giant. Cecilia Lubanga has that story.
In what has taken a different twist, the pleadings averse that since the conflict began in Ethiopia, Facebook posts can be attributed to multiple incidences of resultant violence and murder. The court was told that the mass murder and burial of Jibri Michael, Teol Mehdi, and 11 others, following a series of posts calling for the cleansing of Amhara territories. That the arbitrary arrest and murder of Hadush Jibri Christus, who was heard speaking Tigrayan at a time when there were numerous posts calling for the ethnic cleansing of Tigrayans. That the murder of Achalu Hundessa, following the publishing of incitement to violence at a reaction to a video where he offered his opinion on the 19th century Ethiopian Empire. The court was also told that the killings of over 100 people in Bikuji Kebele, in the Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia, following the publishing of a post by Gasho Masha calling for self-defense, and the butchering of more than a dozen Kimant in Aikel, following the publishing of a post by Teodros Kebede Ayo, accusing the Kimant community of supporting opposition forces and calling for their cleanup.
Why is Facebook benefiting from the posting of hateful content? The case my clients have made is that not only do Facebook allow such content to be on the platform, they prioritize it and they make money from such content.
The petitioner is Abra Meareg, told the court that his father, Tigrayan academic Meareg Amara Abra, was killed after Facebook posts referring to him using ethnic slurs were published in October 2021. The post shares Abra's address and called for his death.
And Abram reported those posts. They were queued to somebody in Nairobi to make the decision on whether or not the posts were to be taken down. Why did it take over a month to take down a post that calls for the murder of somebody? Why was the post left up for over a year? Something is wrong with the way Facebook moderates content, and the case my clients have made is that there is lack of investment in content moderation, especially for African countries. When you compare to other regions, we are getting the second-rate treatment.
The lawsuit said the company failed to exercise reasonable care in training its algorithms to identify dangerous posts and in hiring staff to police content for the languages covered by its regional moderation hub in Nairobi. The case petitioners also claimed that Meta pays tax to the government of Kenya, making it an entity trading in Kenya.
You can make money as a social media platform without prioritizing hateful speech. My clients have brought a representative suit. They are not the only ones who have undergone this kind of treatment. If anyone fits the class that is described in the petition, and you're welcome to peruse it or visit our offices to get a copy of the petition. If anyone fits the class, they are welcome to join.
Mareg Tekla and Katiba Institute specifically seek to have Meta held accountable for contributing to the loss of lives, displacement of families, vilification of individuals, and destruction of communities. Through sworn affidavit, they seek to demonstrate to the Kenyan High Court how Facebook's moderation failures in Nairobi have led to the murder of, among many others, Professor Mareg Amare. Cecilia Lubanga, Look Up TV.
The Chief Magistrate's Court has declined an application by the Criminal Investigations to hold driver Maxine Moreno for a period of 14 days investigating grievous bodily harm on her boyfriend. This is after the police did not find enough evidence to convince the court that the correspondent is a flight risk.
Present, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm currently attached to DCI Kilimani, performing general criminal investigations, Your Honor.
For which party? Okay. So this ruling was presented before this court via a miscellaneous application dated 13th of December 2022. The application sought the pre-trial detention of the applicant, the respondent by the applicant for 14 days to allow the applicant through PC Stephen Kibui and any other investigator complete investigations on a case of grievous harm contrary to section 234 of the Penal Code. The application is supported by 8 grounds set out on the face of the application and an affidavit sworn by PC Stephen Kibeu, the investigating officer. According to the affidavit, the respondent was arrested in relation to a reported assault case where the respondent is suspected to have assaulted her boyfriend, Asad Khan, on 12th of December 2022 at Preston Court, Kilimani, and inflicted life-threatening injuries. The investigating officer indicated that he visited the scene, which was documented, and obtained blood samples and other evidence was collected for forensic analysis.
In signs that the holidays are here, Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Internal Security, Raymond Omolo, and the Inspector General of Police, Japheth Kome, have held consultative meetings with various stakeholders with a view to curbing an increase in illicit brew and drug abuse during the December and New Year festivities. All licensed entertainment, sports, and alcohol vendors will be required to adhere to strict rules and regulations guiding the sector to ensure only authorized substances are consumed by Kenyans. Henry Tende reports.
The nation gears up for December and January festivities. Security stakeholders are taking up measures to ensure a reduction in illicit brew consumption and drug abuse. A consultative meeting bringing together Inspector General of Police Japheth Kome, Internal Security Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo, Nakada Chair Victor Okioma, and other leaders is in agreement that heightened surveillance is needed to check on these vices.
We are already into the festive seasons. We have Christmas coming up, and then of course the New Year, and there is expectation that there will be a spike in the increase of substance abuse, and hence the need for the various teams that are convening here today to come up with the measures and the mechanisms of ensuring that we have this under control.
As a deterrent move, the security apparatus will demand compliance from all entertainment joints and liquor stores to curb influx of unauthorized brew in the country.
This includes issues around compliance, so that if we have facilities that operate as spaces for selling the alcohol, they are properly licensed. The measures on quality control are in place, that whatever alcohol that is being sold, whatever drugs, whether it's tobacco, meet the requirements of the law.
The government has also increased patrols on the border neighboring Ethiopia, which is said to be a major smuggling point for cocaine and other hard drugs. This patrol seeking to curtail such illegal smuggling.
One of our major concerns currently is the influx of cannabis from Seshaman in Ethiopia through Moyale, Wajir, Isiolo, and Nairobi, Mombasa. It's a big challenge, and we have had a number of meetings with the security teams in that region, trying to map out the routes that they are using to do trafficking. And we have, I must say, we have seen a lot of progress in terms of curtailing the influx.
With a busy festive season expected, the security apparatus have assured Kenyans of their safety.
You have our assurance as the officers of government to work closely with the public to ensure that Kenyans are secure.
That our country is calm, it is secure, and it is safety.
This will be the first Christmas celebrations under the regime of President William Ruto. Henry Tende, Look Up TV.
Watch out what you sip in the holidays. And now there's a plane to catch, as we like to call it popularly. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has reiterated the government's commitment to enable air transport across the counties to facilitate easy business and open up tourism opportunities. Gachagua was speaking when launching the first commercial flight by Skyward Express from Nairobi to Kakamega.
What is happening today and what will follow shortly is a clear indication that air transport is no longer a luxury for the chosen few. Air transport in this country is now a necessity to ease the cost of doing business, to ease travel, to make it convenient for people. And I have just looked at the rates to Kakamega, and I was just doing quick mathematics. It is actually cheaper, monetary-wise, to fly to Kakamega and back than to drive, without now costing the time that you save, more than 12 hours to and fro. So this is very good, and I want to urge the people of Western Kenya to make use of this facility, to make sure that this airline grows, so that we don't just have one daily flight, we have many flights, because there are many opportunities in Western Kenya.
In this ministry, our responsibility is to assist you and the President to make sure that we are facilitating movement of goods and services. And it gives me great pleasure to see that there are airlines like Skyward who are thinking ahead by making sure that they establish new routes. Your Excellency, we have plans to ensure that the infrastructure across the country, as you instructed with the President recently in the Cabinet, that we must make sure that as many airstrips as possible are developed across the country to make sure that we ease the movement of our people and make sure that we support our economic sector. The transport sector is a supportive sector, supports the other sectors of the economy by making sure that movement is faster, time taken is shorter, the cost of transport is reduced, and we save more time.
World Cup getting to the culmination Sunday. Before that,